Good evening and thank you for joining us for our very first edition of UBC News Tonight on this 18th of April 2026 with me, Moureen Babirye, and my colleague Mohammed Mugalu on sign language. But first, let's take a look at what's making the headlines.
Brought to you by the Deposit Protection Fund of Uganda. Keep your information up to date with your regulated financial institution. Customer deposits are protected up to 10 million Ugandan shillings. Terms and conditions apply.
Lango sub-region commends President Museveni for a job well done at NRM victory celebrations. Lydia Wanyoto welcomes President Museveni's Chankwanzi guidance on 12th Parliament speakership. Ministry of Education launches school mental health guide. And PLU's James Byarugaba joins campaign to promote General Muhoozi's birthday run.
Brought to you by the Deposit Protection Fund of Uganda. Keep your information up to date with your regulated financial institution. Customer deposits are protected up to 10 million Ugandan shillings. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome aboard once again. In our first report, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has reaffirmed his commitment to development, wealth creation and national stability, pledging that in the new term of office set to begin next month, government will fast-track the distribution of free coffee seedlings to farmers across the country. The president made the remarks while presiding over celebrations marking the Lango sub-region's appreciation of the NRM and his January 2026 election victory. The event was held at Lango Technical College in Lira District.
In Lango sub-region, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni kicked off the feast with private engagements, which included the laying of the wreath at the grave of the late Ambassador Joseph Ochwet. The brief ceremony was attended by family members, friends and well-wishers.
Your Excellency, sir, after laying wreath on the graves of my late father and my late wife, who are resting behind there, so we have no better words to thank you.
I would like, therefore, using this occasion, to go back to the issue of ideology, the way of thinking. The first principle, that time we were using the word nationalism, but these days we prefer to use patriotism. Patriotism, but they mean roughly the same.
Later in the day, President Museveni arrived at Lango Technical College in Lira for public victory, celebrations and Thanksgiving events.
I want to thank all members of Parliament, all councillors, all voters for the good job they listened to us and to you when you came for election in Lango.
The event began with a prayer led by a team of clergy from Lango sub-region.
But will open a new chapter of purpose. As Lango has given generously, Lord, may Lango also be remembered.
Cabinet ministers, politicians, cultural leaders and opinion leaders occupied designated sitting areas.
You have brought in prosperity. There's a lot of development. Lira City is signing.
The men of God did not only deliver a gospel message, but also extended words of gratitude to the president.
Above all, we thank you for what you have done in our land of Lango.
The gathering, which included members of the public, reflected a broad moment of a celebration across Lango's sub-region.
You returned to Lango, a sub-region where you kick-started your 2026 presidential campaigns. A sub-region that set the bar, standard and tone for the 2026 presidential campaign mobilization.
The event went beyond an election victory celebrations, also making an appreciation for peace, security and ongoing development in the region.
The people of Lango would like to appreciate you for the developments that we have received in Lango in the last 40 years. Allow me to start with the parish development model.
In his address, President Museveni commended the people of Lango for their continued support to the NRM party and their contributions to the national development agenda.
Apoyo Luakme Lango for Queen Mabel.
Number two, I thank the people of Lango for voting wisely.
He further reiterated his long-standing message on wealth creation, urging communities in Lango sub-region to actively engage in income-generating activities.
Now that the elections are over, things to be done are many. But me, I always insist on priorities among priorities. Now, priority number one is to make sure that all the households which have not benefited from PDM, in the next 5 years, all of them benefit.
As he prepares for the new 5-year term of office, President Museveni emphasized that priority funding will be directed towards agricultural transformation and other key socio-economic transformation sectors.
That's why, therefore, the leaders should not just talk generally. Should be specific, parish by parish. How many homesteads have received the 1 million and how many are remaining? Because those who get support get out of poverty.
Lango sub-region is among the areas where both President Museveni and the NRM party recorded strong support in the January 2026 general elections, securing major elective positions. Robert Nyango, UBC News.
Speaker of Parliament Anita Among has commended President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni for empowering young people and expanding opportunities for them to serve in various sectors of the country. She made the remarks during a Thanksgiving ceremony held at the home of Masaka City Woman Member of Parliament-elect Justine Namere and her husband Hamza Kennedy in Subuga. The event brought together leaders and supporters in celebration and reflection on service to the nation. Take a look.
The event was held at the couple's residence in Mirembe Villas, Chigo, and attracted several dignitaries, including religious leaders, politicians, and other guests. The ceremony opened with prayers and dua led by the Masaka District Kadhi under the Uganda Muslim Supreme Council, Sheikh Yassin Insera, together with Sheikh Isma Sesimba. Speaker Anita Among commended Namere and her husband for serving as role models to young people through their commitment to public service and community engagement.
And I want to thank the Muslims. During our campaign, there is no rally that the Muslims were not there. And I love that inclusivity.
The Masaka City Woman MP-elect Justine Namere Nsubuga, alongside her husband, expressed gratitude to President Museveni for championing programs that have empowered ordinary citizens, particularly women, to rise out of poverty. Namere also appreciated Speaker Anita Among for her mentorship and support, describing her as a motherly figure in her leadership journey.
I asked her, Mama, why do you give people a lot of things, yet they do a lot of bad things to you? Neka video mwakala. She said that those that she does good to are the ones who pray for her. And they prepare her for the ones who will do bad to her. Chibali abatayina musango ye bayamba, be bamusabira, ne bamutangira, bana bamukola obubi. Banne Uganda mukomye ng'okwonoona abantu abatayina musango, abatayina buzibu. Mama, we love you so much.
The prayers further included messages of appreciation to President Museveni and Speaker Among for their continued support to Namere, which they say has enabled her to effectively serve the people of Masaka.
In other news, Mbale City Woman MP-elect Lydia Wanyoto Mutende has thrown her weight behind President Yoweri Museveni's Chankwanzi guidance, which places the final decision on the ruling party's flag bearers for Speaker and Deputy Speaker in the hands of the 12th Parliamentary caucus. Speaking to journalists this Saturday morning in Kampala, Wanyoto said she fully supports the directive but insisted it does not alter her ambitions, reaffirming that she will continue pursuing her bid to become the next Speaker of Parliament.
The denying the NRM leader's retreat, which concluded on 15th April 2026, has been described as a success by some of the participants.
We have listed the priorities of the party in our manifesto. We have talked about building the economy tenfold and raised the measures on how we are going to do it under threats. But one of the biggest threats is corruption.
Among those who attended the retreat in Ichankwanzi was Dembale City, woman member of Parliament-elect, Lydia Wanyoto Mutende.
Because he's our leader and we look up to him, he has asked us who are seeking positions of Parliament or in the new government of the beginning 12th of May, when he will be sworn in, and then the 15th when we shall all be sworn in as members of Parliament, to desist from using money or bribes as a way of enticing the NRM Parliamentary caucus. I want to commit that that is the route I've always taken, and that's how I've always presented myself.
Wanyoto is one of the contenders in the party's speakership race.
And I want to call upon my colleagues who are intending to request for this office to follow the directive of the president. Personally, I do not understand why anybody wants to say they are more popular than others. This is a deployment. For deployment, it is the competency, it is track record, and it's about the passion to serve.
She says she is banking on her legacy, experience and wide exposure as her key campaigning strength.
Therefore, I pose to be a good diplomat because by practice and exposure, I have represented Uganda in missions abroad and have done a good job. The other point where I think I can be a very good speaker for the 12th Parliament is I have the skills. I'm an advocate of the High Court of Uganda.
She adds that, like any other leader, she pledges to root out corruption from the parliamentary chambers if elected speaker.
And given an opportunity to be the head of an institution, the head of the arm of government, I will of course put in place systems that preempt. I don't want to deal with post-mortem. Will make it very difficult for anybody to even think that they can abuse or even bypass systems that check any element of illegal activities of resources or corruption. That will not happen.
The newly elected members of Parliament are expected to be sworn in between 13th and 15th May 2026. Thereafter, the next item on the agenda will be the election of the Speaker and Deputy Speaker of Parliament. Robert Onyango, UBC News.
In a new development, the government of Uganda, through the Ministry of Health, has launched the use of lenacapavir, a new long-acting HIV prevention option that will be offered alongside existing HIV prevention methods. Lenacapavir is a long-acting injectable pre-exposure prophylaxis option administered once every 6 months. Evidence from clinical trials shows that when used as prescribed, lenacapavir is safe and highly effective at preventing HIV acquisition.
This milestone has not come by accident. It is a result of the strong leadership and commitment of the government of Uganda under the National Resistance Movement led by His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. From as early as the late 1980s and 1990s, when HIV/AIDS was devastating our country, Uganda stood out as a global leader in confronting the epidemic with openness, courage, and decisive action. That same commitment continues to guide us today as we move towards ending AIDS as a public threat by 2030. As a country, we have made significant progress. We have reduced new HIV infections from 96,000 in 2010 to 37,000 by the end of 2025.
I'm known by the name Dr. Sakelo. According to me, I think this injection will help us to prevent HIV. Because in the house, some of us are living, we are discordant people. So a discordant Someone who is negative cannot swallow drugs every day. This injection will help to prevent swallowing drugs every day.
Thank you so much. Bamulichiwa to Sister Nancy Kerowero Kene.
Uganda's push for agricultural transformation is gaining fresh momentum even as Phase 3 of the FAO China-Uganda South-South Cooperation project comes to a close. Key stakeholders are now rallying to sustain and scale up the gains made over years of implementation, signaling a renewed commitment to boosting productivity, strengthening farmer capacity, and securing long-term food systems resilience. Take a look.
At a high-level workshop held in Munyonyo, government officials, development partners and technical experts convened to assess progress and map the next steps for Uganda's agri-food systems. Presiding over the meeting, the Minister of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, Frank Tumwebaze, stressed the importance of sustaining gains beyond the project life cycle.
So I look forward to this engagement with FAO. I look forward to this engagement with my friends, the Chinese embassy. I appreciate the friendship, and I look forward to even having discussion with other partners. Adoption of enabling technology means in production, in weeding, in harvesting, in all those precision farming enablers. We need to know them. That will be the future of sustainable production. This phase comes to an end. My ministry will ensure that the project innovations are streamed into the government programs and policies, such as the partnership development model, which is an arrangement targeting the smallholder farmers.
The workshop offered a platform to reflect on achievements, share experiences and showcase practical solutions that have enhanced agricultural productivity nationwide.
So they helped me, they gave us chicks and the feeds. Really appreciate this support. It has helped us to increase further.
This organ is main purpose is for animal feeds. So we close and we choose the sweet one and the high yield one.
Participants noted that the initiative has significantly strengthened knowledge transfer, increased yields and built more resilient farming communities. The Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations commended the strong collaboration that has driven the project's success.
Uganda is an important partner in the FAO South-South program and a strong example of effective South-South cooperation in agriculture. As the only country that has benefited from the 3 phases of this arrangement since 2012.
FAO reaffirmed its commitment to documenting lessons learned and ensuring that projects' long-term impact continues to benefit farmers across the country. The United Nations Resident Coordinator in Uganda, Leonard Zulu, emphasized the broader development importance of the initiative.
It is now time for us to look to ourselves, as Uganda did show that it works, by financing some of its development. So domestic resource mobilization of domestic technology.
The FAO China-Uganda South-South Cooperation Project remains the longest-running program of its kind globally, implemented in 3 phases since 2012. As Phase 3 draws to a close, stakeholders remain optimistic that the knowledge, innovations and partnerships built over the years will continue transforming Uganda's agriculture, placing farmers at the center of a more productive, resilient and sustainable future.
From Munyonyo, we take you to Masindi, where officials of the Bank of Uganda, led by the Deputy Governor, Professor Augustus Nuwagaba, have held a public dialogue in the district aimed at enhancing public understanding of the country's economic policies. The engagement sought to sensitize residents on the central bank's mandate, with a focus on inflation, financial stability, and its role in promoting economic development.
Can we really repeat it very, very well?
Bank of Uganda officials have held a public dialogue in Masinde district with an aim of sensitizing the public on the central bank's mandate and imparting the populace with knowledge on inflation, financial stability and promoting economic development.
To understand that we are working on something very important, and this is the 10-fold growth strategy of government. This strategy, the president and government, they want our country to be like Nigeria, to be like South Africa, to be like Egypt, to be like Algeria. These countries were here in giving the world a cup.
As part of the outreach, the bank also provided on-site services, including the exchange of old and damaged banknotes, a service typically accessed at regional branches. The initiative is part of efforts to bring the central bank closer to the people and address public concerns regarding the economy and access to financial services.
People save is only to have that kind of saving. In the language of economics and finance, as you all know, people of economics and finance, you must postpone current gratification for future growth of your family. The families which have done well, they're not different from the last year, except for them they know
Arnold Akugizibwe, the MP Bururi County, lauded the initiative, noting that it helps bridge the gap between policymakers and the public.
I want to appreciate you for really keeping the inflation in Uganda very low. If you want to know that inflation can be bad, there was one country some time back, you needed a pickup of money to go and buy a bar of soap. Pickup full of money to go and buy a bar of what? A bar of soap. Actually, I think by March our inflation rate is at 2.8. Moreover, when we are just from the electioneering period, you know what happens?
Bank of Uganda's core functions include policy formulation, currency management, and maintaining financial stability.
The Ministry of Education and Sports has launched a new mental health discussion guide aimed at addressing rising mental health challenges among learners and teachers in schools. The guide, developed in partnership with Raising Voices, is designed to promote positive mental well-being and create safe, school environments. We have the details.
Officials say mental health remains a growing concern, with thousands of students affected by bullying, depression, stress and pressures from home, underscoring the need for a holistic approach.
Mental health and violence are related. There's an intersection. There's a cause and effect kind of relationship. So how do we ensure that schools are violence-free, they are safe, and creating an enabling environment that can allow the mental well-being of all learners? Because when that happens, then we can achieve the learning outcomes that we are looking for. So it's on that background that Raising Voices really developed this guide. It's just a discussion guide.
The guide encourages schools to integrate mental health support into daily activities rather than treating it as a separate subject, and promotes open communication between teachers and learners.
Issues of mental health cannot be segmented within certain hours. Issues of mental health should be an issue that all schools and all teachers and everybody related to children or working with children from our families need to be part and parcel. So we should not be dedicating like 1 hour of a school day to only issues of mental health. No.
Officials emphasized the importance of self-care among teachers and learners, creating safe spaces in schools and strengthening parental involvement in addressing mental health challenges.
I don't resolve what is within me. Even if I gave you this book, you may not be able to use it. So let's first take care of ourselves, our mental health. Then you can be able to help. This goes to the teachers, goes to the learners, goes to me, and everybody in this room, how do you take care of yourself?
The ministry is now calling on schools, parents and partners to adopt the guide and ensure it is implemented effectively to support both learning and well-being.
We have all noted that most of the challenges that our children struggle with begin from home, because the parents themselves are mentally challenged. The teachers are equally struggling. And so, when the children struggle, they hardly have somebody to support.
About to go through. The PS is not seeing. Oh, that's...
When you don't use Momo, you are forced to quarrel.
Mama kabalansi?
Eh?
Nkuwaire 15 Mama, nkuwaire 15.
Ompaire 15.
Abantu abakulu mwatandise obuyayo mwena.
Obuyayo obuliga.
Iwe.
Ngobiyanko bantu
sente dange nizade kolera ngobi nakolera sente dange.
Save yourself from quarreling. Use the Momo app or dial *165*3# to pay and enjoy zero charges below 5k. That's the power of Momo.
It's back, bigger, and with more business opportunities. It's the Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo, Poate 2026, Uganda's flagship tourism event. Poate 2026 will take place from the 21st to the 23rd of May 2026 at the Speak Resort Convention Center, Munyonyo, under the theme Wanderlust. It's your time to thrive. Yes, it's your time to tap into Uganda's renewed optimism and tourism growth. Tourism stakeholders, travel trade partners, and tourism enthusiasts will be part of the Poate 2026. Come and network with like-minded people and unlock new business opportunities. To participate, register at www.poate.co.ug. Poate 2026 is brought to you by Uganda Tourism Board and partners.
On his 52nd birthday, General MK invites you for a charity run. The run will be held on 26th April 2026 at the Kololo Ceremonial Grounds starting at 6 a.m. Get yourself a kit using these MTN and Airtel payment platforms. Run for charity, run for hope.
Run for charity, run for hope.
It's our mission to secure your money.
Protecting your money is as important as earning it. It is for this reason that the Deposit Protection Fund of Uganda, DPF, was established by the government of Uganda to provide deposit protection to customers of regulated financial institutions. In the unlikely event that your commercial bank, credit institution or microfinance deposit-taking institution fails, the DPF will pay you up to 10 million Uganda shillings. Keep your personal information such as national identification number, mobile phone or an alternative bank account updated with your banker. Terms and conditions apply. For more information, contact DPF at Aha Towers, Plot 7 Lodell Road, Kampala. Call 0312-206-400 or visit our website at www.dpf.or.ug.
Timex Nutrition Center invites the people of Gulu, Lira, Soroti and Mbale to attend health camps on the following days. On 21st April 2026 in Gulu City,
Boma Hotel.
On 22nd April in Lira,
Lira Hotel.
On 23rd April in Soroti,
Soroti Hotel.
And on 24th April in Mbale City,
Wash and Wheels Hotel.
All our old clients come for free medical reviews as we also welcome new clients. Come and get to know what to eat according to your blood group and genotype to prevent and treat several ailments like blood pressure, diabetes, arthritis, ulcers, obesity, and many more. For more information, call us on 0758 819 952 or 0778 288 361. Timex, be your own doctor.
Total Energy has helped our groups. They support us to be trained in different skills like tailoring, bakery, and catering. We now have friendship and we can get loan. That loan can help us stay at home to pay school fees. So we thank them for giving us that skills and knowledge.
What I've liked the most about Total Football is like they don't segregate, because other companies they would maybe favor boys. Total is at least bringing both teams, therefore they are promoting gender equality in our society. We even had a dream like to form our team called the Total Energies.
I thank Total so much. What you have done has given them encouragement, strength, and power.
Are you looking for a home away from home? Then this is the place for you. My name is Chini Kaji, and welcome to Hotel Le Confidential.
With 84 comfortable rooms where you can relax and feel safe. Each room has a lovely view of green vegetation, Wi-Fi, air conditioning, and a tasty breakfast.
Children can have fun at our kids' water park and our kids' play area. You can also enjoy our world-class health club, spa, sauna, gym, boutique, and sky blue swimming pool.
Thank you for choosing Hotel Le Confidential, where every stay is unforgettable. Come and stay in comfort, right at home, today, tomorrow, and always.
When you don't use Momo, you get insulted by strangers. Save yourself from insults. Use the Momo app or dial *165*3# to pay and enjoy zero charges below 5K. That's the power of Momo.
Welcome back. Uganda's High Commissioner to Ottawa, Canada, Ambassador Alan Kajik, has highlighted foreign tourism promotion as a key priority for boosting the country's foreign exchange earnings. Ambassador Kajik made the remarks during a 10-day visit by a group of high-profile Canadian tourists who toured several of Uganda's major tourism destinations across the country.
In a bold move to promote Uganda's tourism sector, Uganda's High Commission in Ottawa, Canada has brought 14 senior Canadian executives. The group includes top tour operators, media influencers, and writers, among others. The recent data shows tourist arrivals from Canada has been rising steadily from 7,542 visitors in 2022 to 9,688 in 2024. The High Commission in Ottawa targets more than 20,000 visitors by 2028.
Tour operators influence so many of the travelers, because when a traveler gets to a tour operator, they ask them which is the best destination that you think that I can go to. And that is the opportunity where, when a tour operator is informed about the country, they get to influence that particular traveler. So bringing in the tour operators in the country to have a first-hand information, first of all, and have a first-hand feel of the country is very important.
Behind me lies a glimpse of what makes Uganda one of Africa's most remarkable tourism destinations, a country blessed with diverse ecosystems, from lush forests and savanna plains to mighty rivers and lakes. The visit is aimed at boosting Uganda's visibility and competitiveness in the Canadian tourism market. It targets offering participants first-hand experience of Uganda's key attractions like wildlife, culture, nature, and adventure tourism. These have had visits to major tourism destination centers like the Bwindi Impenetrable National Park, Queen Elizabeth National Park, Namugongo Martyrs Shrine, Kasubi Royal Tombs, the Source of the Nile, among others.
These Canadians who are visiting, they are both tour operators, they are writers, and they are influencers. Majority of them are tour operators. We have got 2 writers and we have got 1 influencer out of the 14. But I want to say that we carefully chose this group of people in order to promote Uganda's tourism.
The initiative seeks to position Uganda as a major destination hub to high-value tourists.
Today we are the source of the Nile. We have just finished tubing in the Nile. Very exciting experience. These people got to see the source, to find out that this is where it's moving all the way to Egypt. Very exciting to see them have this first-hand experience. They want to go back and tell everyone what they just had, you know. So this initiative with the Uganda High Commission in Ottawa, I want to thank them. I want to thank them for bringing the Canadians here. They're a very big source market for us. So having them experience this firsthand, go back and spread the gospel on how Uganda is becoming.
The tourists have had lifetime stories to tell to the world when back in Canada and pledged to promote Uganda in a bid to attract more tourists to Uganda.
So what I say that my experience is, and I say that please visit here, and this is something which is you should have to, like a world wildlife, and you never have this kind of experience. From very near I see the lions and the leopards and everything I can see very near, and security is there, and law and order is beautiful. Everything is really, you experience once you come here and experience this. I must say to all Canadians and all Americans that you never forget this trip.
When they come here, they are paying hotels. Those monies are taxed, and the tax goes to government, and therefore it generates income.
Crispus Adinitwe reporting for UBC.
Now, a section of leaders within the Patriotic League of Uganda, PLU, continues to mobilize support ahead of the Chief of Defense Forces, General Muhoozi Kainerugab's 52nd birthday celebrations run, scheduled for 26th of April 2026. The latest figure to join the campaign is Dr. James Byarugaba, the PLU coordinator for Kagadi District and the wider Bunyoro sub-region. He has actively begun popularizing the event as part of nationwide mobilization efforts. The upcoming birthday run is being promoted under the theme, "Let us run together, run for hope." These celebrations are expected to draw participants from various regions as preparations intensify.
My name is James Byarugaba, doctor. I am the PLU coordinator for Kagadi District, but also an aspirant for the Member of Parliament, East African Legislative Assembly. I want to take this opportunity to wish General MK a happy birthday as he clocks 52 years. May you age gracefully like wine. President Museveni has done tremendous work moving the children of Israel from Egypt and across the Red Sea. As PLU members, we have hope that it's General Muhoozi Kainerugaba that is going to continue this journey and take the children of Israel to the promised land. As we plan to celebrate his birthday next week, 26th, that's Sunday, I call upon all Ugandans, if you have not secured your running kit, kindly do. There are authentic outlets in Kampala, Sheru Chisasi, PLU headquarters, Naguru, Kororo Independence Grounds, kindly buy authentic running kits. I want to thank General MK for choosing to celebrate his birthday by giving back to the community. He could have chosen to have a private function with a few people, but we are running for hope, we are running for charity, meaning that he wants to use this birthday to impact community, to bring about social change in the community. So I thank him, and we have hope in him. We believe in his leadership. We believe in his capacity to change this country. So all Ugandans, 26 Kororo Independence Grounds, come we celebrate this great man, this great leader, this visionary leader.
Run for charity, run for hope!
The first edition comes to an end. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Moureen Babirye with my colleague Mohammed Mugalu on Sign Language. Up next is the Business Roundup. I'll see you at 10.